with Pusha T.
No,
yeah,
wrong. No,
that was Lil Wayne's beef.
Okay,
Wayne
but he was just defending his friends. He's always been.
All right, so
confrontation.
then with Kendrick Lamar.
No, right. Kendrick mentioned him first, and then Drake was like, "I don't understand where this is coming from."
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, if you
is this nigga serious? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So, before I get into this video, I want to give y'all a quick public service announcement. All right. Now, I don't know if any of y'all heard about all the, I'm gonna just call it what it is, foreigner stores, like the people from overseas, you know, the Indians and all them, how they run all these stores, and they be putting the card swipe machines on their machines, the chip readers, to steal people's numbers and shit. Listen, I had a family member. This just happened to them. In fact, this will be the second person I know who lost EBT funds due to this scam. Now, they don't know when it could have happened, when their numbers was taken. And so if you got an EBT card, change your PIN number, especially if you shopped at one of those foreign stores with it, the little corner stores and shit. I advise y'all to stop shopping with them folks. I don't even go to their stores, but I ain't got EBT card, but I still don't go to their stores. But again, it's the second person I know. They took off like $500 at a time in 2 separate states. So the transactions didn't even happen in our state. That happened in 2 separate states. And who knows if they'll be able to get it back or not. But I thought I'd just put that out there, man. If you got an EBT card or if you know somebody, tell them to change their PIN number and stop shopping with them foreigners. Trust me, man. They stealing people's shit. They taking their fucking food stamps and shit. And it ain't the Walmarts and shit like that. No, it's them little places, and it's been all over social media. People been going to these stores, pulling these chip readers off and shit. And the thing is, like, the people I know, they don't know, you know, where this could have happened at or when it could have happened, how long ago the information was stolen. And most people don't change their PIN numbers. So even if it happened months or even a year ago or so, I don't think scammers like that gonna wait too long. Most people ain't changing their pins unless something happened. I'm just giving y'all a heads up, bro. This is the second person that I know that this happened to, and it's fucked up. You know what I mean? So if you got EBT card, and if you've ever shopped at one of these little nut ass corner stores, change your PIN number. All right, change your PIN number. Anyway, having said that, this video we got today is from Marcus at Work Media. So Freddie Gibbs, he wants to smoke with everybody. We already know the whole situation with him and J. Cole. Well, I wouldn't even say with him and J. Cole, but we know about that situation, how he responded to Cole's drop. Now he has a little subtle response to Drake's Instagram post. All right, we're going to talk about what that was, what that means, if anything. I think Freddie just wants some smoke with any of them, man. I think he's just like, who won it? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Plus, there was some stuff going on in the beginning with the Drake PND drop, and, you know, Freddie saying like some things may have been taken, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Let's talk about this, and we'll go from there. Change our PIN numbers.
Welcome back to Marcus at Work Media. So your boy Freddie Gibbs, not too impressed with Drizzy like most of us. More specifically, Drake did a long-winded victim post on his Instagram. He made this post saying a bunch of random things about his next chapter. Feels like a white flag type post and I'm a martyr kind of post, but you be the judge. In a lengthy Instagram message on Monday, March 10th, accompanied by various photos, your boy Drizzy wrote, "You know, I grew up non-confrontational and always treated this game as a sport where my pen won gold. But these days, the podium has been hard for all of us to ignore. I understand the next chapter may leave you feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity, not charity, that answers some of your questions, especially about unanswered texts you've been sending me." So, like most of us, we're looking at this like, bruh. Gibbs, less than impressed, reposted BBL Drizzy's post to his own burner account, like so, with 3 big yawn emojis, which is pretty much our standpoint as well.
Oh man, I mean, it ain't the most direct shot in the world. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily anything that Drake is gonna respond to, probably. nor should he respond to. I don't think Drake is trying to get into no rap battles no time soon. But that would be a good battle, though, I think. Not good in the sense that, like, I think Drake will win, but I don't know. Can you imagine that, though? Now, it definitely wouldn't be good in the wake of the Kendrick battle. Like, it's just like that was on a whole other level. But Drake and Freddie Gibbs, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that one, man.
Actually, I think he's just saying that, you know, he wasn't confrontational in this whole rap game, Shawnee.
That's true.
Lies.
How? No, I knew he was going to ask, but how is that a lie? Who's he confronted?
Because if you're not confrontational, then you try to stay away from confrontation. He's been aggressive.
No, but where has he been the aggressor?
That's true.
With Pusha T.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong. No.
That was Lil Wayne's beef.
Okay,
Wayne
but he was just defending his friends. He's always been
All right, so
That's
then with Kendrick Lamar.
No,
Right.
Kendrick mentioned him first, and then Drake was like, I don't understand where this is coming from.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, if you
Is this nigga serious? Did he just say, we talked about this, how in the lawsuit, Drake made it seem like one day he just woke up and Not Like Us just dropped it out of nowhere. He's getting called a PDF. No, he just said, but oh my goodness, this dude can't be. I think, so it's crazy because I think this is how people see
Kendrick
it.
mentioned him first, and then Drake was like, I don't understand where this is coming from.
I don't understand where this is coming from. Drake been throwing shots for upwards of a decade. This dude got on interview after interview throwing not so subtle shots. He did an interview, in fact, that was so bad he had to threaten not to do an award show to keep them from airing it.
And it turned into him going at Kendrick Lamar. And really going at Kendrick Lamar, saying, man, come on, man. I'm me and he's him. And all like, he just sunning him. And Max and I, while we doing an interview, you know, we see full shot of Drake. We hitting each other elbow like, this motherfucker going in. We like,
is this guy serious, man? Is this guy serious? Like, the Control verse was not directed at Drake. Even if Kendrick had any type of issue with Drake, it didn't come out in that verse per se. That verse was just a verse, right? For a lot of people. Some people responded, some didn't. Drake chose to take it personally. And so what Drake began to do, and Kendrick didn't do this, Drake began to go out and interview after interview and basically downplay. Are you listening to that verse now? Do you know a line from it?
And that verse was, he's giving people like moments, you know, like that verse was a moment to talk about. Are you listening to it now at this point in time? Okay. And then it was real cool for like, you know, a couple weeks. But like, if I asked you, for example, like, how does that verse start? Oh, do you remember? No, and like, now mind you, it'll go on in Complex and Rap Radar, give it like verse of the millennium and all that shit or whatever. But like,
you know, Kendrick responds in the freestyle on BET Awards.
Yeah, and nothing been the same since they dropped Control and tucked the sense of the rapper back in his pajama clothes. Ha ha, jokes on you, high five. I'm bulletproof.
And so all this, Drake, oh, where did this come from? I don't know how this happened. Drake ain't the aggressor. This is crazy. This mindset right here is pervasive, man, amongst a lot of Drake supporters. Drake's not the aggressor. This guy is so much so the aggressor that he does this to women. Again, the passive aggressor. And maybe you would think a black person would recognize these tactics, but apparently he don't. He's a passive aggressor. He's not the outright direct person aggressor, not like that. And so that's the trick and the manipulation of the passive aggressor, because if you're a more direct person, if your aggression is more direct and overt, right, then you always look like the aggressor. And this is how the passive aggressor manipulates, because they do passive aggressive things behind the scenes, subtle things. Then when you respond overtly, when you respond in a way that's just a little more maybe direct than them, you look like the aggressor, they look like the victim. So then when they counter, they seem justified in their actions, even though they were the ones that provoked the situation. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy.
Now, if you remember, Freddie Gibbs had accused BBL, Drizzy, and P&D of stealing his album art for that sexy songs for you trash. So he's definitely not taking this BS from the boy. Do you agree with Freddie Gibbs? Do you feel like Drake was coming from a nice, honest place of reflection after the battle? Or do you feel like Drizzy was doing damage control because his negotiation with UMG is not going well, and he's been all over everything for the last year, and he's running out of new things to do to bring favor from the masses?
Drake needs to get into his grown man part of his life.
Yeah.
Yo, dogs, I don't want to hear at 25, but I'm looking for marriage. You're still mad about this. You're kind of unserious in a way. Jay-Z gave us Kanye and Rihanna, undoubtedly. Lil Wayne gave us you and Nicki. Who the fuck did you give us? Hey, if you're gonna, have the balls to sue UMG, let me get a successful OVO artist. Drake.
All right, so he do got a point, but there are some legitimate counter arguments to that. I mean, people champion Future. Nobody talks about him being a grown ass man and womanizer. Chief womanizer at that, honestly, if we're being honest. Future's like the chief womanizer at this point. And ain't nobody, well, I ain't gonna say ain't nobody, but most people don't really criticize him outwardly as much as Drake. So I want to try to keep this fair, okay? No matter how you perceive Drake, he's not the only artist pushing 40 that's single, that's womanizing and partying and shit like that. So I don't think it's fair in that sense to say he should do that. As to the whole, he hasn't given us anybody like Wayne did when Wayne, put him and Nicki on, or like who else was it again? Hold up. Oh, Jay-Z with Kanye and Rihanna. Okay. I mean, I get it. Only reason I won't really lean into that critique is because Drake's not obligated to do that. Right. I get people wanting him to, but he's not obligated. It's not his obligation to find. And honestly, it's not easy to find talent at that level. I mean, Wayne got lucky by finding him and Nicki. Jay-Z got lucky by finding Kanye and Rihanna. I mean, it's not just an easy thing, but and here's the thing too. Some of y'all will say Drake had opportunities to find those stars, right? Look, The Weeknd could have been one of those people, but Drake takes that talent and he wants to assimilate it and use it for himself. So that's a legitimate thing too. All right. I will say that because honestly, if Drake played his cards right, The Weeknd could have been one of them ones for him, right? And who knows who else he could have came across or who else he has come across that instead of putting them on and pushing them as an artist and doing it like Jay and Wayne and other people, instead of that, he wants to take the music for himself. So I get it from both ends. But again, I will say he's not under any obligation to. But I do also think that he had opportunities, but instead he wanted to use the talent for his own self so he can keep his own star rising and instead of putting anybody else on. I don't think he wants nobody to outshine him. That's the thing. I don't think he wants anyone to outshine him. So he won't, in that sense, he won't do it because he wants to be the dude. He wants to be the number one. And I think he's afraid of competition.
Undoubtedly. Lil Wayne gave us you and Nicki. Who the fuck did you give us? Hey, if you're gonna, have the balls to sue UMG, let me get a successful OVO artist. Drake is on Jay-Z's stratosphere. Why are you arguing with rappers that still need to rap when you should be in the industry being a boss?
I think, what?
That's the thing. It's like, I believe in life, there's steps and there's levels, and I get that you could love the craft. Your fan base is supposed to grow with you. Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Jay-Z's calling shots. He's picking people to perform at the Super Bowl. He's married to Beyonce. They're building a different type of empire. Blue Ivy's officially an actress. And I love Drake, but right now it's like, yo, in this grown man phase of my life, you're supposed to be our Jay-Z. And no matter how much you want to do it your way, this concept of life is inevitable. I'm a grown-ass man now. It's a lot of younger people at your concert singing your songs.
I don't see Drake getting married soon.
I would love to see Drake get married. Give us less of you. Let the industry miss you.
Yeah.
Let your legacy live. You are the most dominant dude since Michael Jackson. There is nothing left to accomplish. You don't even care about awards.
Put your comments below.
Yeah, I mean, I get the critique. I get that. I think Jay is on a whole nother level in many, many ways. Maturity, just his mindset when it comes to business. I don't want to downplay Drake as far as the things he accomplished as an artist, right? I just don't see him being on the same level as Jay-Z and them when it comes to making moves like that. But I mean, we'll see how. I think Drake, one of his mistakes though, which is understandable, is maybe waiting too long to diversify. But then again, it's like, had he not got into this battle, would we be saying that? Would we be saying that? He'd probably still be like rolling on pretty smooth. And so I don't know. The battle changed a lot of things, and the battle made us look at things maybe a little more closely. Some people already been talking about these things and critiquing them, but I think the battle kind of put a magnifying glass over them and kind of help people zoom in on these things and focus on them more. So in more ways than one, that battle kind of, it really put him in a negative light, man. It put him in his decision making, and what has happened is also in the wake of it is that his decision making has been shown to be wanting as far as making good decisions. And so now, even more so now, we see actually he's not as strategic as we once thought. He's not even as smart as we once thought, right? I think a lot of it was it was a gimmick. People liked it. He was at the height of his popularity, and he had a lot of support. And so that can cover for a lot of flaws. But when you start to lose that support, and when you go up against an opponent who's bigger, who's just as big as you, as far as like musically and creatively and things like that, don't got to necessarily be fan base wise or streaming number wise, because that has nothing to do with it. But when you're facing an opponent like Kendrick, those superpowers get neutralized. And so the things that help win you the day against other artists in other situations, not only do they not win you the day against that opponent, but they are actually weaknesses, because the opponent, those things don't work against that opponent. And because you leaned into them, you haven't worked on other aspects of your game to know how to attack an opponent like that. You so full of hubris that you think this gotta work. I'm better, he's lesser, and that's it. And it don't work. So it's not enough. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you got an EBT or you know anybody with EBT, change the damn PIN card, man. These foreigners out here scamming people, taking food off their kids' table. The damn welfare people ain't doing nothing for it. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Change your PIN numbers, yo.